This is Dr. Laura. The call of the day is coming right up after this message from my sponsor. We all need to know there are people who care, which is why Annie's Caring Kit Club really struck a chord with me. Annie's makes it easy to crochet for a cause. They mail all the instructions, patterns, and yarn you need to make something comforting for seriously ill kids and adults. Each month's project highlights a cause and a reputable organization that will send your handmade gift to a person in need of warmth and kindness. My listener, Shannon, wrote to me after joining Annie's, saying, I received my first kit today for the chemo cap with the scarf. You're so right, Dr. Laura. It's absolutely fabulous, and this makes my heart happy. So let Annie's inspire your creativity with ready-to-go craft kits for jewelry making, paper crafts, sewing, woodworking, and more. Great for adults and kiddos, too. Subscriptions are monthly. You can cancel anytime. Are you ready to start creating? Dr. Laura listeners get their first kit for 75% off. So go to annieskitclubs.com/Dr. Laura. That's annieskitclubs.com/Dr. Laura for 75% off. Thank you for listening to this edition of The Call of the Day. Be sure to listen to my program Monday through Friday, now heard on SiriusXM Triumph 111. Kelly, what can I do for you?
So I'm dating a gentleman. We've been dating for 6 months, and I find myself...
How old are you? How old is he?
I'm 44. He's 50.
Either one of you married, divorced, kids?
He is divorced.
And does he have any kids?
He has one child.
How old?
6.
He's 50 and he has a 6-year-old kid and he's divorced.
Yes. He got married. She wanted to have a child. They had one. Then she flew the coop. And she's out of the picture.
The kid has no dad. He's not going for visitation, joint custody?
To his mom, no. None of that. In the time I've known him, he's seen her twice.
Do you respect a man who would behave that way with his own kid?
He has the child. The mother flew the coop.
Oh, the mother flew the coop.
He's the full-time, yes. She untied her.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Well, he's got a busy life. So you've never been married and you never had kids?
Exactly.
Got it. Okay, so you've been dating for 6 months and?
I find myself getting anxious when I don't hear from him. I go with stories in my head.
When you don't hear from him every 20 minutes, every hour, every week?
Every day sometimes. I kind of wish I could.
Kelly, if you want that kind of relationship, you need to find a younger guy with no 6-year-old kid. He's busy.
Right. And
you will never, listen to me carefully, you will never be first.
I know that.
Never. And don't say that's okay, because it's not ever really okay to any woman not to be first. Any woman who says it's okay is lying to herself.
I'm lying a little bit.
If the two of you were drowning, who do you think, if the two of you were drowning, who do you think he'd save if he could only save one?
He'd save his son.
Right. I'm trying to make the point that you will always be secondary. And if you in any way get in the way of him and his kid, you'll be toast.
Correct. We both.
So the least thing you have to worry about is whether or not he texts you.
Right.
You're not being very practical.
We have this conversation.
It doesn't matter if you've had this conversation. Over 70% of people who marry when they have young kids divorce because everybody thinks they talked about it and they're perfectly okay with it. But in real life, it doesn't work out that way.
Right.
You will have a big problem when he makes certain decisions about the kid, coming, going, getting things, all kinds of stuff. As the kid gets old, you're going to have fits left and right. I go through them every day here.
Right.
I thought I could handle it, but you were right. I thought I'd be different, but you were right. He's not calling you all the time because you're not the center point of his life. His kid is. He's busy. And if you can't tolerate that just in dating, then it's not going to be good if you go farther. So if you can't handle the fact that you are very secondary and he's busy with his life, with his work, with his kid, this is not the guy for you.
I do tolerate it, and I want to tolerate it.
You don't tolerate it, which is why you're on the phone with me talking about how anxious and upset, how frightened and worried you get when he doesn't call. You're not tolerating it. What are you saying? The whole point of you being here right now is because you're not tolerating it.
Okay, yeah. I'm not enjoying it 100%.
No, wrong guy for you.
Does it matter that he wants to have a family back? I mean...
Honey, he would love to have somebody taking care of that kid.
So if he says, I like being married, I want to have a wife, I want to find somebody right.
He likes being married. He wants to have a wife. Yeah, I get that. It would make his life easier. Are you just pretending that you don't get it?
Is that just because you think it makes his life easier, or he's not genuinely...
Honey, he doesn't even know you. Of course he wants to be married. It would make his life easier. He's 50 with a 6-year-old kid, and he did something stupid with some broad. And this kid's going to have all kinds of problems about being abandoned by mother. And don't think you're going to be the cure. You're not going to be the cure.
But I would like to be...
It doesn't matter what you'd like. The kid has abandonment by mother. You being there is not going to remedy that. And you're going to be frustrated. I'm doing so many things for the kid. Why doesn't it make up for the fact that his mother walked away? Because it doesn't.
Right.
I can't emphasize enough how this is not a good idea. For you.
Too much sacrifice for everybody. For me especially.
No, you'd be the one who would be sacrificing everything. And you'd be pissed. You'd be calling me and saying, you were right. I have all the responsibility and none of the power.
Yeah.
If you had $1 million in cash, I would make the bet with you. That's how secure I am in that. Seriously. $1 million cash, I would make the bet. Put it in writing. That's the sentence that would come out of your mouth. I have all the responsibility and none of the power. My recommendation, when the kid's at grandma's, date him. Don't marry him. Don't move in.
Yeah, he 100% always has the boy.
Yes, dear.
He's always there.
Can't be bothered calling you. He's
busy.
It's
interesting to talk about it with him, though, like knowing what you always say, for both of us to say, maybe we could beat the odds. Just silly, just stupid on both of our parts to think
yes,
those odds can be beaten.
Yes, because the rest of the 30%, it doesn't mean they're happy. There are situations in which he works, but he's a guy who picks on interesting women. Look who he picked to make a baby with. Be careful, honey. He wants certain things from women.
That is very true.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Don't be stupid here.
Okay.
This is like the beginning of a movie made for television.
I know, and I have this fantastical idea that if we're both on board and we both listen to you and we both know that we could work through this.
Yeah, it just makes more calls for my future, so I do appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't. My number, 1-800-375-2872. If you enjoy this call of the day, why not join the Dr. Laura family? It's free. Get my Daily Dose newsletter, event news, special discounts, the ability to email me directly, and more. Sign up to be a family member for free today at drlaura.com.
Just one more way to listen. Apple Podcasts is now available on Alexa-enabled Amazon devices.
Alexa, play the Dr. Laura Call of the Day on Apple Podcasts.
Getting Dr. Laura Call of the Day from Apple Podcasts.